Hi everyone, so welcome to tonight's Havdalah call, bringing the energy of Shabbat into the coming week. So it's a lot of messages this week, and if you haven't seen Michael's lecture from this Shabbat, I recommend that. I'm going to share one point. So basically, Michael was talking about annulling ourselves to the Creator. So what does that mean? It means that everything that we're doing, like every action that we're taking, is all a result of the Creator. So the Creator is involved in every movement, everything that we do, anything that we take on as far as everything. So, for lack of a better word, it's basically everything. So the Creator is involved in everything. And he was saying, like, when we put ourselves in that consciousness, it brings us closer to the Creator. And he recommended that, like many times throughout the day, as much as you can, just to remember that everything that you're doing is from the light of the Creator. And the light of the Creator is directing everything. And this helps us bring us closer to the Creator because it takes us out of ourselves. Because if we think we're responsible for our actions, we are responsible for our actions, basically like how we react to things. But the Creator is directing everything. So the Creator is responsible for all the things that are going on in our life. And how do we get into that consciousness to put ourselves in that mindset? And we were listening to a video from the Rav today, and the Rav was sharing basically, like with everything, you got to believe. You got to believe that whatever it is that I want to accomplish, that I commit to, that it's going to happen. So if I believe that everything is connected to the Creator, then everything is going to be connected to the Creator. It's my choice. So we just have to commit to believing. And this is like everything. And it's funny, I'll share a story like, so a lot of times we hear stories about people who are, for example, in the physical stuff, they're struggling with their career and stuff. For example, like, you heard stories about, different rock stars. They get to a point and it's either make or break as far as like their career. If the album doesn't take off, then they're pretty much done. So they have to get into that mindset that, to believe. And it's the same thing with us, with the Creator. It's like if we believe that every action, everything that's happening throughout the day is connected to the Creator, then we're going to be connected to the Creator. And if we can remind ourselves on a daily basis, multiple times during the day, that's going to help us bring us closer. And I know a lot of times, we go through different things during the day, and it's interesting. David Guillen was sharing that, a lot of times we come up with these situations. Like sometimes someone will say something to us that we don't like. There'll be something that happens that, for whatever reason, it wasn't our choice. And there'll be something negative that happens or whatever, however you want to determine it. And he was saying that, we need to embrace, that negativity and also the negativity within ourselves. Because what happens is when we embrace that negativity and anything that happens to us, if someone says something that's, not right to us or whatever, and, we don't like it, or something happens that, it's something beyond our control, basically. If we embrace those things and we start to love that stuff, and say, okay, this is happening for my higher good. David was sharing that what that's doing is, it's whatever issue or klipot that's attached to that situation or that issue, it's being elevated. So he's saying that because those things are happening, it's going to be the end of those situations, or not the end of the situation, but the end of the klipot that's attached to it. So whatever it is that's coming up, if you have an issue with something and then something negative happens, it's a blessing actually, because it's basically giving us the opportunity to see what it is that we need to fix, and also to know that by correcting it, it's going to elevate those sparks of light. And if you notice that we always need that negative side, like if there's something that's not pushing us, we're not going to get things done. if we're sitting on the couch watching TV, which I do frequently, hopefully not too often as far as that, but when we're sitting on the couch doing that and we're comfortable, like nothing's really going to happen. Like we're basically receiving for ourselves. But when these things that push us to do things, what happens is it gets us moving. It gets us, going to that next level. So if we weren't having something that's going to push us, then we're not going to get things done. If we're always living in a state of comfortability, then we're not going to accomplish the things that we need to do in this lifetime. So we always want to push. And I'll share something. It's funny. So connecting to Noah's Ark. And this was like, it's not mine, but it's from many years ago that I heard this. It's like we're in a state that we're having like challenges and stuff, to do acts of random kindness. So what does that spell? A-R-K, Ark. So we can remember that with Noah's Ark, if we do acts of random kindness, this is going to take us out of ourselves. This is going to help us push ourselves as these things that are, when in the situations when you have something that's happening that's, giving you a challenge, this helps us with that push. Because by doing this act of random kindness, it's going out of ourselves. It's basically saying, okay, whatever is happening, okay, maybe I'm not okay with it, but I'm still going to go against my nature to do some type of random act, whether it's to smile at someone, to give someone a call, to help someone with something. This is going to get us out of ourselves. It's going to help us, elevate those sparks of light that is pushing us. And remember, as we're doing these things, to remember that everything that we're doing is connected to the light of the Creator, because the light of the Creator is directing everything. So let's connect to the energy of Havdalah.